It's already our third day here in Cebu, and for today, we're going to Chocolate Hills in Bohol. So ngayon, nandito na kami sa Pier 1. Apparently, mali pala yung nababaan sa amin ni Kuya Den. We were supposed to be dropped off to Pier 3. So, nilakad na lang namin papuntang Pier 3. It took us around 10 to 15 minutes before makarating sa Pier 3. Habang naglalakad nga kami papunta sa Pier 3, we can't help but be amazed with the surroundings that we see, especially yung mga barko. Because you know, since we're from Manila, it's not every day that we see this kind of surroundings. Minutes later, nakarating na rin kami sa Pier 3. Upon arriving, bumili na agad kami ng tickets namin. Nung nakabili na nga kami ng ticket, dumiretso na agad kami sa loob. And we're gonna wait inside since yung time of departure namin is 9:45 AM. And the mga time na yan, nasa 6:30 pa lang. So we're too early. Since hindi pa kami kumakain, of course, ang una naming tinignan is kung may available na bang food sa mga different stalls na nasa loob ng pier. Sadly, hindi pa nakakaluto ng lugaw doon sa balak naming bilhan. So the first stall that we went to buy our food is the Dunkin'. Napakaganda nga ng view sa labas ng Dunkin' nila dito, guys. As you can see, kitang-kita yung ferry and yung mga boats. So you will really appreciate this kind of surroundings pag nandito ka. As in, super ganda niya. Right after eating our breakfast, dumiretso na kami sa main lobby nila kasi meron nga pala silang available na free charging station. So, habang hintay namin yung ferry namin na dumating, pinull charge muna namin yung mga gadgets namin. Super convenient talaga dito, guys, so hindi kayo mahahaselan. Finally, after hours of waiting, nakapila na kami. Because magpapapasok or magpapalabas na sila papunta na sa respective ferry na naka-assign sa amin. The ferry is super maliit lang. And yung napili nga pala namin is yung tourist seat. Nasa ilalim siya ng ferry. Kasi yun na lang yung available kanina. Kaya if you wanna seat sa medyo taas, I suggest na bumili agad kayo ng ticket. And don't buy your ticket last minute kasi maubusan talaga kayo. Medyo scary lang na nasa baba kami ng ferry, but we don't have any choice kasi ito na lang yung available kanina. And honestly, I don't like the view outside kasi hindi maganda yung window na naupuan ko, kaya ayan lang yung nakikitang view outside. Few moments later, nakaalis na nga rin yung ferry sinasakyan namin, and honestly, hindi namin naramdaman na umaandar na siya because super steady and stabilized niya. And good enough, nakikita ko pa rin naman pala yung view sa labas. And here's what it looks like. 1 hour and 5 minutes nga pala ang travel time namin. Kaya, noong mga panahon na yan, nakatulog rin kami eventually. And finally, after na super duper napakahabang ride, nakarating na rin kami dito sa Port of Tubigon. By the way, guys, if pupunta kayong Chocolate Hills from Cebu, ang bibilin yung ticket is sa Tubigon, okay? Super init talaga ng mga panahon na yan. Buti na lang, may dala kaming umbrella kaya nabawasan yung init. And medyo mahaba-habang lakarin na naman to, guys, papunta dun sa city proper nila. We were planning to buy our ticket na dyan sa orange na building tapat ng McDo. Bibili sana kami ng 5 PM na ticket pabalik ng Cebu, but eventually, hindi pala sila nagbebenta ng advance booking. Need mo mag-wait ng mga at least 3 PM bago ka makabili ng ticket pabalik ng Cebu. Another thing that shocked us when we went to Bohol is that they only have one available fast food chain, and that is the McDonald's. Tinry namin pumunta sa McDonald's, but sadly, super duper puno siya. Wala ka talagang makakainan. So, naghanap ng karinderya until nakapunta kami sa karinderya na to, where they serve this very affordable food. So, pwede na siya pantawid gutom since mahaba yung biyahe namin. After eating our lunch, di na kami nagsayang ng oras. Nag-rent na agad kami ng e-tricycle na dadalhin kami sa Chocolate Hills. We were informed na 1,500 pesos ang bayad namin for us to rent this e-tricycle. Okay rin naman yung presyo niya since super haba ng biyahe papunta sa Chocolate Hills. 2 hours papunta pa lang and another 2 hours pabalik. So, 1,500 pesos is not bad enough. It's actually a good price for us. Aside sa e-tricycle, pwede rin naman kayong mag-rent ng bus or sumakay ng bus and mga car. Kaso mas pinili namin yung e-tricycle para wala nang stopover. Dire-diretso lang siya. Since kami lang yung passenger. Grabe guys, after ng biyahe namin after 2 hours, nakarating na rin kami sa kung saan magbabayad ka ng entrance fee para makapunta sa Chocolate Hills. By the way, sa entrance fee na babayaran nyo, kasama na yung shuttle dyan, na dadalhin kayo papunta sa Chocolate Hills. But for us, di na namin hinintay yung shuttle. Nagpahatid na lang kami dito kay Kuya, padiretso sa Chocolate Hills since 2 to 3 minutes lang naman yung biyahe. And we have finally arrived sa Chocolate Hills. Grabe, that was one hell of a ride. Tapos pag nakababa na kayo, aakyat pa kayo ng 300 plus na steps sa stairs bago kayo makapunta sa Chocolate Hills, sa tuktok, and makita yung buong view. We were really hoping na everything's gonna be worth it once we already see the view at the top. Hindi pa ito yung Chocolate Hills guys, nasa kalahati pa lang ako niyan. Here we go guys, nakarating na rin ako sa tuktok ng Chocolate Hills. Kaso hindi pa ako makapagpa-picture since madami pang tao. So I was waiting for the right time na makapag-picture to get the perfect view of the Chocolate Hills.
Kita mo ang ganda, oh. Ay, Diyos ko.
Medyo nag-struggle rin kami pababa kasi narrow lang yung steps, kaya medyo siksikan kami. We decided na after namin magpunta sa Chocolate Hills, we're gonna visit naman the Tarsier Conservation Sanctuary. So, another 25 minutes na biyahe papunta ron. I hope it's also gonna be worth it. Hindi talaga kami nagsasisi na instead of riding a bus papunta sa Chocolate Hills is nag-e-tricycle kami kasi kitang-kita yung view sa labas guys and super lamig pa ng hangin. By the way, they also have an entrance fee dito. Just refer to the video to see the amount or the price of their entrance fee. Upon entering guys, they are gonna give you this as a proof na nagbayad kayo ng entrance fee.
Ang Tarsier naman hindi endemic sa ano.
Super konti lang rin pala ng tertiary nila dito, and yung first tertiary na nakita namin is nandun lang siya natutulog. And we were also shocked kasi maliit lang din pala sila. Mas malaki pa yung kamay natin compared sa mismo or actual size of a tarsier.
Kaya ito nakato. Hindi, wala ko po. Kapit na kapit siya. Maya doon ka. Kapit na kapit talaga siya.
So ayan guys, super satisfied naman kami sa mga nakikita namin dito. And I can say na worth it yung entrance fee. To be honest with you guys, konti lang yung nakikita kong mga Pinoy dito. Mostly is puro Koreans, Chinese, and Americans. So yes, after namin mag-ikot-ikot, we decided to take a picture and bumalik na sa pier. Ito nga pala yung sasakyan namin pabalik guys. I'm not really sure if same siya ng size sa sinakyan namin kanina, but I think it's the same naman. Yung business seat na nga pala yung nakuha namin guys. Unfortunately, dalawa na lang yung remaining seats para sa business. Kami na lang ni mama yung nakaupo. Sa tourist seat ulit nakaupo si papa since yun na lang yung available na meron sila. Super bait nga rin pala nung nagbabantay sa amin sa loob ng ferry kasi pinayagan niya kami makapunta dito sa deck. Hindi yan lahat, isa-isa yan actually. If you wanna go and see the view dito sa deck, papayagan ka niya. Pero 1 to 2 person lang at the time. Madilim na nga nung nakababa kami sa ferry. Naghihintay na rin sa amin si Kuya Den sa labas ng Pier 3. So nagmandali na rin kami. Since hindi pa kami nagdi-dinner, dumiretso kami dito sa House of Lechon because obviously kakain kami ng lechon. Cebu is best known for lechon kaya hindi pwedeng matatapos tong vlog na to without trying out their lechon. I really love the ambience of this place. For your reference guys, here's their menu. Kayo na lang bahala mag-pause and screenshot ng menu nila. It's a bit pricey pero I think justifiable naman kasi masarap talaga yung food, I swear. Marami rin kumakain dito na Americans and Europeans. You can see naman later sa video. I was also very happy kasi nasa 9% na lang yung cellphone ko niyan. And good thing, yung na-assign sa amin na seat is may available siya na socket. So, na-charge ko yung phone ko. Super gutom and excited na nga ako niyan kasi siniserve na yung food namin. Mainit pa yung sinigang na in-order namin as well as the lechon. So, we only ordered lechon and sinigang. Since marami naman yung serving nila. Nagulat nga kami na right after kumain is umuulan. So, nahirapan kami pumunta sa kotse. See you tomorrow for our day 4, guys. Good night! Hi guys, today is our last day here sa Cebu, and it's currently 8:26 in the morning and nag-aayos kami. Our flight nga pala mamaya is 9:45 p.m. So hanggat morning pa, of course, susulitin namin and maggagala muna kami. And after our 3 itineraries, bibili kami ng pasalubong later. So, just having coffee here. Currently having, it's not coffee, it's Milo actually. Tapos hindi pa kami nagbe-breakfast, siguro along the way na lang. And I'm also gonna fix myself. So, I'm gonna take a video later habang nag-aayos. In the meantime, I'm just gonna drink my Milo first, okay? I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back again. I'm gonna do my makeup now. I really don't consider this as a makeup kasi what I only apply on my face is pangkilay, sunscreen, and lipstick, as well as the eyeliner. So this will only be quick, and wala naman akong ginagawa sa hair ko. I just brush it after maligo. So there's no much work done when it comes to my face. Okay. So for today, I'm not really sure sa mga itinerary namin. 3 itineraries lang, just like I mentioned kanina. And after that, bibili kami pasalubong. Then, babalik kami dito sa apartment to fix our things. Tapos, diretso na kami sa airport. I'm not sure if na-tour ko na kayo here sa room ko. And yung baba kasi bawal siya ipakita, for privacy purposes. But I'm gonna show you a little quick tour of my room. So, nothing much to see naman. Ayan, kung ano yung nakikita nyo, ayan siya. But, pag tinignan nyo sa likod. Okay, ito yung likod. Ayan, ito lang, likod here. This are my tito's outfit. And here's the other rooms. Ito yung kwarto ng tito ko. Ito yung for my parents. It's a bit messy. And then, that's my room. Sorry for the kalat. Okay guys, so here's my final look. Nagmamadali na kami, so I'll just update you na lang kung nandun na, okay? So, thank you. Bye-bye! First destination for our 4th day in Cebu is gonna be Buwakan ni Alejandra. Please refer to the video kung magkano entrance fee nila. We were very shocked upon entering the place because the word beautiful, amazing, gorgeous is an understatement pag nakapunta kayo dito sa place na to. Para kang nasa paradise talaga, as in, super ganda niya. Well, I believe yung mga plantitas and plantitos dyan, super magugustuhan nyo tong place na to. The whole place itself is covered with different kinds of flowers na dito nyo lang talaga makikita. Aside sa mga flowers na makikita nyo, yung scenery itself talaga is breathtaking. Nakakagulat talaga na may ganitong place dito sa Cebu. Kasi usually, hindi siya nasasama sa mga vlogs na nakikita or napapanood namin. The place is very enormous and it's actually 700 square meters large. Kaya yung nakikita nyo dyan, meron pa yung pababa. Later, you will see it on the video. Ang laki talaga ng place. And to be honest with you, marami na kaming napuntahan na garden tourist attractions, pero ito talaga super ganda. As in, parang walang makakapantay dito sa ganda ng place na to. You know what guys, habang in-edit tong video, I just realized na itong place na to is isa sa pinakamatagal naming pinag-stayan because sobrang laki niya and ang daming areas na pwede kayong mag-picture. I'm not sure if masasama ko yung buong place dito sa video, pero yung mga beautiful areas is nasama ko naman. Be the one to explore na lang once you go to Cebu, just go to Buwakan ni Alejandra. Our next destination is here in Sirao Garden. Super lapit lang yun dun sa Buwakan ni Alejandra. It's like 5 to 10 minutes travel mula sa Buwakan ni Alejandra. So if you're planning to go there, mind as well na daanan nyo na rin tong place na to because it's also Instagrammable. So you'll see later on kung bakit siya Instagrammable. By the way, before ka makapasok dito, you need to pay the entrance fee of 100 pesos. And syempre, it also has a discount if you're senior or PWD. I know na paulit-ulit pero super ganda talaga dito guys. Para kang nasa heaven. So ayan, ang daming flowers na makikita and yung view itself super ganda niya. So it's really worth it na pumunta dito. And kung makikita nyo guys, ang daming nagpapapicture dun sa kamay. Halos lahat ata ng tourist pumila para makapag-picture dun. So, if you're planning to go here, I highly suggest na dumiretso kayo dito dun sa kamay so that di na kayo pumila ng mahaba and you still have enough time para makapag-picture sa ibang place nila dito. While editing this video, I just realized na dito pala sa destination na to ako nagkaroon ng sunburn. Hindi sa beach, hindi sa ibang places, but dito. So, kahit naglagay ako ng sunblock, nagkaroon pa rin ako ng sunburn at home. So, if you're, again, planning to go here, maglagay or apply na kayo ng sunblock 30 minutes before kayo mag-picture taking. Sobrang naaliw nga kami sa picture taking, di na namin namalayan yung oras. It's past 12, so we decided to eat our lunch sa labas lang ng Sirao Pictorial Garden. So, madaming karinderya and food stalls dito sa labas. So, may mamili lang kayo kung anong food yung gusto nyo. For our second to the last destination, we're here in Fort San Pedro. So, itong Fort San Pedro para lang siyang yung Intramuros sa Manila. And it has the same structures but it holds a different story. Inside. Let's go. Dito nga pagkapasok niyo pa lang sa entrance, kitang-kita na yung mga frames kung saan nakalagay yung past nitong Fort San Pedro. These frames that you see definitely shows how everything started. So if pupunta kayo dito, please take time in reading all the frames or the description of the frames below because you will definitely learn a lot, especially sa culture nila. And of course, they also have entrance fee in here, so just pause the video to check how much their fees are.
Pwedeng umakyat. Asan yung si Ate?
Wow! Diyan natin sa may Santo Niño kanino nakalagay. Dito. So while roaming around the building, we realized na not everything that you see is open to public. There are areas that are off limits, probably because they are reconstructing it. Wow! Kita yung paano the beach. If you look closely. Wow! Tignan nyo dun sa baba guys, so merong nagpiprint na pictorial. So tumatanggap rin pala sila ng pictorial dito. Of course, I'm not sure if may bayad siya or wala. But I think you can message their Facebook page or inquire personally dito sa lugar nila. Ang cute ng place, kaya good siya for photo shoots. By the way, sobrang peaceful din pala rito and hindi siya crowded. Kaya ang ganda talaga mag-picture. Yung gallery nila dito guys, more on paintings lang talaga siya. So pagpasok nyo, makikita nyo yung picture ni Magellan, Lapu-Lapu, and ng iba pang tao na may kinalaman dito sa battle in Mactan. Our San Pedro trip ends here. So guys, bibili lang kami saglit ng mga pasalubong and then diretso muna kami sa apartment kung saan kami nagsistay. Magpapahinga kami for 2 hours. Then diretso kami sa last destination namin before our flight.
1 eternity later.
Habang paalis nga kami dito sa compound ng apartment na tinutuloyan namin, napadaan kami dito sa statue ni Lapu-Lapu, so might as well na magpa-picture kami. So here are some of the pictures that we took. After the picture taking, we headed straight to 10,000 Roses. May souvenirs sila before kayo pumasok. Ito yung ng something. From the parking lot to the main entrance itself, maglalakad kayo ng at least 2 to 3 minutes. As you can see in the video, sa gilid niyan, merong kainan. Pwede kayong kainan. So if nagugutom kayo, pwede kayo mag-avail dyan. By the way, they also have 20 to 25 pesos entrance fee. Before ka nga makapasok sa loob, ipepresent mo muna kay Kuya Guard yung receipt mo and tatatakan ka niya sa wrist. The place was so magical, so kahit hindi na Christmas, you can see na meron silang naka-display na Christmas tree. So it looks Instagrammable as well. Super laki ng place, pero I don't think na maximize nila lahat. Kasi tignan nyo, super laki ng place na or area na tinatakbuhan ng mga kids. So ayun nga, super dami ng mga tao as in. Then yung lalakaran nyo is masikip. So you need to take turns sa pag-take ng picture. Kasi super crowded talaga. Pero ang ganda naman, you can see na nagre-reflect talaga yung ilaw niya sa roses. So aside from that, meron ding cafe sa likod ng mga roses na to. And yung sa harap ng cafe na yon is may magandang view rin. Marami nga dito sa cafe na hindi bumibili. I believe na umuupo lang sila para makapag-take ng pictures, which is okay. Kasi aside dun sa harap ng roses is wala na talagang maupuan. So, dito may makikita naman kayong barricade na nagde-divide sa kung sino lang yung nag-avail at kung sino yung hindi. So, here's the view that I was talking about a while ago. Super ganda niya. Ito yung cafe nila. Okay, so kahit saglit lang kami dito sa 10,000 Roses, I can say na super sulit talaga yung binayad mo entrance fee. Because tignan nyo, considering na 20 to 25 pesos lang yung entrance fee, may pang picture ka na and pang post sa Instagram. Malapit na nga kami dito sa Mactan, Cebu International Airport. Pagbaba nga namin is napawaw talaga kami kasi makikita nyo na super linis and organized ng place. Wala kang makikitang kalat sa sahig. So unlike any other international airports, ito talaga is super linis and makikita mo na parang mine-maintain talaga yung cleanliness ng airport. And of course, sa mga airport, hindi mawawalan ng mga souvenirs na pwedeng ipasalubong. And since nakalimutan bumili ng piyaya kanina, ayan, napabili kami dito sa airport. So just in case na makalimutan yung pasalubungan yung relatives nyo, don't worry kasi sa airport dito is madami kayong pwedeng pasalubong na bilhin. Oh my gosh! Titimbang mo. 13 to 59. May mga pasalubong din sa loob.
International airport.
It's true, guys. So, dito sa Cebu Mactan International Airport is makikita mo na nagkalat yung mga international brands dito. Ano ba? Hinahanap na nga namin kung saan yung gate namin para mabantayan and makapag-eat na rin kami ng dinner. So, we still have 1 hour. Even their CR is so clean. If you don't feel like eating sa mga fast food chains, meron din dito mga restaurants that we can consider. So, this was the part na super nakakainis kasi originally, nasa around 9 yung flight departure namin but na-extend siya ng 10:15 I guess or 10:50. Nung nag-10:50 na, nabago na naman siya ng 12 kaya super inis na talaga yung mga taong sasakay pa Manila. And guess what? Nabago na naman siya naging 1 hanggang sa naging 2. So, what they did was nagbigay sila ng mga water, cup noodles, biscuits para may pangkain yung mga tao while waiting. And after so many hours of waiting, nakapasok na rin kami sa loob ng plane. So this is it. Our Cebu trip finally ends here and we'll definitely be back. Bye Cebu. I'll see you next time.
Oh, my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye.